My name is Elizabeth Mutiso. With us today we have Catherine Dirangu and Sarah Ruana, advocates of the High Court, practicing with Chege Kibathi and Company Advocates, LLP. They are here today to take us through the process of property ownership.
A title document is a document that confers ownership of a property.
There are two main regimes of ownership of land in Kenya, that is leasehold and freehold.
Under the leasehold regime, the property is held for a term, mainly 99 years or 999 years. Under the freehold regime, the property is absolutely held by the owner.
Purchase of a property is initiated from the point of a letter of offer. Subsequently, the parties execute an agreement for sale. Once a purchaser has fulfilled all the obligations and an agreement for sale, the transfer process can be initiated.
The first step in the transfer process is execution of the transfer forms. At this point, you'll be required to provide your copies of national identity card, KRA PIN certificate, and passport size photographs that will be affixed on the transfer forms.
The next step in the transfer process is procuring of the relevant consents and clearances. For freehold properties, the documents that we procure are the land control book consents and the rates clearance certificate for some county governments. For leasehold properties, we procure a rates clearance certificate after payment of any outstanding rates, and we also procure the consent to transfer from the Commissioner of Lands.
Once the applicable consents and clearance certificates have been obtained, the next step is to lodge the transfer documents for stamp duty assessment. The next step after stamp duty assessment is payment of the applicable taxes. It is important to note that to enable the purchaser make payment for stamp duty, the vendor should have either undertaken the capital gains tax payment or procured an exemption over the same. Stamp duty payment is done at a rate of either 4% for the urban areas and 2% for the rural areas.
The final step in the transfer process is the registration of the transfer.
This involves lodging of the registration documents at the relevant lands registries. The costs applicable for the registration process include advocates' fees, where you have appointed an advocate, stamp duty costs, registration costs, and disbursement. Estimated time frame for registration of a transfer is 4 to 6 weeks.
There are factors that may cause a delay in the registration process. 1 is a change of personnel. 2, missing files. 3, closure of registries. Sometimes the registries are closed for digitization of records within the ministry.
In conclusion, one can note that the process of registration of the transfer is pretty straightforward. We encourage you to begin your registration of the transfer process today.
Well, you've heard it yourself from the experts. Transfer registration is a straightforward process. Come to Daykio for further inquiries and assistance.